All right, so we're going to do a trade review of the day and go through all the trades that happened today. It was actually a really choppy day. Um, and one of our traders, George, was willing to share with me, sort of what he went through. And he had moved from MNQ up to NQ today and didn't have his discipline completely in place, but it wasn't just that, it was enhanced because it was choppy. Um, Now, it was still a very profitable day, but he was too aggressive. He held on to his losses too long. He didn't follow all the rules, and he overtraded his account size. That's not an uncommon thing that traders go through. Okay? So, one, just to let George know that you're not alone in tackling that. And I mean, I literally have a sign up on my wall that says trade to trade well is rule number one. And then rule number two, hanging up on my wall, says break my rules, lose my house. So, because it's so easy to not follow the rules and not trade well and do trades you shouldn't do and hold on to losses too long. And all those things will just compound and add up and make it worse. And then if it's a choppier day, you don't catch anything that's just flying in your direction to even help make up for that. And sometimes you get lucky. Like yesterday was just an amazing day to trade. And if you took trades, some of those things just flew. And it can sort of make you think that you're great, the great trading god. And you take that overconfidence into the next day, and that's where it can get you. Because you sort of maybe broke the rules even on a day where you made a lot of money. And that's actually one of the worst things that can happen to you as a trader, because then you're more likely just to repeat it again. But then all of a sudden the day doesn't work out for you so well when you break the rules, and then it really hits you. So everybody's been there. Let's go ahead and start. As you know, one of our rules is we don't start trading till 9:35. We have a 5-minute before and after the open rule, and we're looking for a reversal box with a trapped order inside of it. So that's a non-enhanced setup, and we'll talk about the enhanced setups also as we go. Okay. And so if you see a red box or a green box with a blue thing inside of it, then we got a short trade. Okay? Right there, hopped on down, that was profitable. And again, waiting for the 9:35 tick to pass. Okay? And then we move forward, and we got another non-enhanced setup, which a non-enhanced setup has to follow certain criteria. Okay, it can't go against the trend. So like this trade would actually not be an entry because it's going against the trend and it's not an enhanced setup. And I'll show you what an enhanced setup is. The next trade is actually an enhanced setup. Benefit, it's going with the trend, but that's not a requirement. On the enhanced setup, not only do we want the box and the blue trapped order inside, but we also want a paw print or mini magnet within 2 ticks of a existing paw print or mini magnet. So that's within 2 ticks, so that gives us a long, and there's a winning trade. So now we have 2 winning trades. We go over here, we have a non-enhanced setup coming off of major support resistance lines for the day. Actually, no, there's no non-enhanced because there's no blue trapped, so no trade right there. So let's see, moving forward. We go in here, we have a non-enhanced setup. Again, it's going against the trend, so you shouldn't take it. But if you did take it, it would have been profitable. But again, recommend you're going against the trend. You don't have any divergence to play off of. So really, if you took that trade, you were going against the trend and into a level. We move on forward. We're looking for the next we call TX or trapped X box. We got a trapped X box right here with a paw laying on top of a mini magnet to go short. And one of the things that we talked about in the room today is when you're in these trades and you're coming into, right there's a paw and a mini magnet. So you're getting like 2 to 3 things as a stack, right? And we don't expect it to break stacks. But even if there's just one level, it's wise to tighten up to break even when it gets there. Often, most days, it'll break right through them if it's enhanced, meaning it has a paw or a mini magnet, which is that orange thing. On top of that white line is that mini magnet. So box, blue thing inside of it, with orange on white, or white on white, okay? So with that one, you should have taken profit when it hit down here if you were going to take it at all because you were trading into a stack. And so that would have been profitable. Or at least you should have moved to break even when it hit the stack. But again, we talk about don't trade even the enhanced trades into stacks. We go over here. We have a non-enhanced trade. It has an Xbox with a paw print, but it's not within 2 ticks of a mini magnet or another paw print. But the enhanced trade does work. It goes short. It's just sort of range bounding a little bit. What you do have is you have oscillation divergence, oscillation detector divergence. So this OD was lower than this OD. So the 4,500 was lower than the 7,700. You made a higher high. So per the mastering setup 2 rules in section 8 that we teach you for free, that is a valid trade. That trade would have been profitable. Okay? If we move on forward, looking for the next setup. Okay, so here we get an enhanced trade. This trade lost. So unless you did one thing. So does anybody in the room know what the one thing you could have done was to make that trade not a loser? And we have taught this many times before. Gabe, you took that one and won. And why did you win on that trade? What did you do? I actually think Lori called out to make sure where you put it. Put your stop above the paw. So we went short here. We had an enhanced trade, but we also had a paw right there. And if you put your stop literally just right behind the paw, which Lori said to do, then you would be profitable in the trade because it would have came down and made your 10 ticks. Okay? Here we had a non-enhanced trade. And at this point, you're in chop. So would you want to be getting into that trade, period? Like, I mean, it's just up, down, up, down. No. So we talk about don't take trades in chop. So if anything, you'd almost be looking just to get out of this one. But it would have actually ultimately net been positive on the trade. Yeah, 1 tick away from your stop. So that trade, again, was profitable. We're going over here. And again, all we're looking for is these X boxes with blue things inside of them on reversal bars. Okay? Now, you get in this trade right here. This is a non-enhanced trade. It has a mini magnet, so that makes it an enhanced trade. And it's the best enhanced trades are the ones that have paws on them and mini magnets on them, or paw, mini magnet. But you can't do them with just the mini magnet. And that trade came on down. It did get choppy, so I mean, it's one of those trades that you might have wanted to hop out of because of your heart rate, but the trade was profitable. So you did get a counter trade, which may have made you really nervous again and made you want to get out at break even as well. So I'm just looking at the reality that traders may have hopped out of that trade at break even. Okay? But the trade worked out as we specify. Now there is one thing, and this happens actually on 2 of the trades for the day, that comes up that makes this trade unique and actually gave you a big clue according to what was about to happen right here. This little having a heart attack. And what is it? Oh, Benjamin, you already put it there. You called it up. So we had 2 clusters in a row. So we don't take a trade on that bar or the next bar or trade in that direction when there's 2 like we wait for the next signal. Okay? So trade would have worked out. You probably would have got out of break even, but the reality is you should not have got in because 2 clusters within 3 bars means you have chop. Don't take the next trade. Okay? And what did we do? We had chop, and they told us up front. So chop, the clusters were our friend. So let's keep going. Let's look for the next trade because we're not in these trades right here. Okay, because we're in chop. Finally, it breaks out of chop. Coming down. Now we get a enhanced trade, but it comes right down to a paw level. And what should we do if it comes down to that paw level? We should at least move our stop to what? Who can tell me in the room? Yeah, down to either break even or -2, you know. So, I mean, if it hits a level, I'm probably going to move it just right to break even. Either it's going to move my couple extra ticks or it's not, and I'll get out. Or just take your profit at the level and don't worry about the other 1 or 2 ticks you're trying to make. But at worst case, you should have lost at most 2 ticks if you did the -2, or break even, or just take your profit at the level and don't worry about the other 1 or 2 ticks, right? So that's we'll just call that a break even trade. So moving forward, now right here we got an enhanced trade. Now it was going against trend, all that stuff, but you know what? We got an X box, we got a trapped order inside, we got a paw sitting on a mini magnet. That trade was the one loss we got right there, right? So we have that loss, first loss there on the enhanced trade. And we've had a lot of wins. By this time, have we taken our net 3 for 3? Because one of the rules that we teach at Apex is how to get 3 trades and be done, and by following that plan to get to a 6-figure plan. So one, just I'm asking everybody, like, if you would have taken all the trades we took, we'd already be up 3 trades, right? So you should be done. But maybe you started later. So let's say you started later and we just keep going, okay? So we'll keep going here. We'll go right here. We get a non-enhanced setup 2 Xbox with the trapped order inside of it. And that goes down. That eventually takes profit. So, and then it gives you an enhanced setup that's going right into the paw, another paw, but you were already in a trade, right? You were already in this trade. So if you were already in it, you're probably not adding into another one like 2 ticks later. So that trade took profit. So, or you freaked out because you saw, throwing a non-enhanced in the other direction, you got at a break even. But it was either profitable or break even if you had a heart attack. Okay. Let's see here. So since that trade was still the continuation of this trade, we're moving forward. Now we get another reversal bar. And by the way, notice all these are on reversal bars. So bar closed down, it has to happen on a reversal bar. We have another Xbox with a trapped order inside of it. Paw print on it, but it's not on another paw or magnet, so it's not an enhanced trade. But it still happened to work. It's going right into a mini magnet, so I would have been cautious on taking that trade. But it did happen to be profitable regardless. We have an enhanced, or nope, we don't have trapped orders, so we don't take that trade. We have an Xbox with a trapped order inside of it. Non-enhanced trade, and it has no obstructions in the way, and we're profitable on the trade. So, because all we got to do is make 2 bars to be profitable on the trade. So, looking for the next trade here. Here we go. We got a Xbox trapped order with the paw print, not an enhanced trade, but it is still profitable. Almost had that same little pattern we had before, but it was profitable right there. And then, if you did add in, which I don't suggest you do that, like within a few ticks, that trade even would have been profitable, but not the best idea. You're in a trade, let the trade finish out, and that trade is profitable, and you're done. I wouldn't look at even adding in contracts unless you're trailing a lot, and then you get another signal. So you're already locking in profit before you add on additional risk. But yeah, that trade right there, moved down, 2 bars, was profitable. We move forward, we get another Xbox with the trapped order, with the paw print, on a mini magnet on both sides. That's an enhanced trade. That does move down 1, 2 bars right there. Okay? And again, you had this other weird little, within 5 ticks, you could add on another trade that would have been profitable, but again, not the best idea for most traders and for their account size. So on this trade, it actually broke to the other side, but it had 2 clusters within 3, and it broke up long. The trade would have been profitable. It was enhanced. It had an Xbox with a trapped order and a mini magnet on a paw, but having 2 clusters within 3 bars, probably not the wisest trade to take. Okay, yeah, it worked, but it's more of a possibility trade than a probability trade, and we want the high probability trades. So even though it won, we just say, not wise to take, don't take that trade. So we move forward, we get an Xbox with a trapped order and a mini magnet on it, and so making that an enhanced trade, that goes ahead and moves down 1, 2 bars, and that trade is profitable. Let's see, looking for the next reversal, Xbox, trapped order, mini magnet, enhanced trade. Enhanced means higher probability. And that moves 1, 2 bars and is profitable. We got another X box with the trapped order with the a magnet on it, meaning it's enhanced. 1, 2 bars, and it's profitable. X box trapped order, not an enhanced trade, but 1, 2 bars, and it's profitable. And it's with at least the trend. Let's see. X box trapped order, paw print, not an enhanced trade. And this one would have lost unless you sort of picked up a clue. And what do y'all think the clue was you could have picked up right here? And we called it, we had an actual definition for this when it goes up, down, up. What is that clue? It's called coil chop, right? So at coil chop, you get out of a trade. Okay? And you try to get out of it at break even. The other thing that you have, which Carl just mentioned, was you're right at the close of the day. You're at 4 o'clock, and what are we getting into right now? What time of year is it at this moment? Starting this week and really kicking off big next week. What do we have going on? We have earnings. Well, a lot of earnings come out right at 4 o'clock. Some come out in the morning. Some come out at 4:15. But right at 4 o'clock, a lot of earnings come out. Is it a wise idea to be in it? We have the whole, don't trade 5 minutes before the news. That's going to apply for earnings season for about the next, several weeks here. Okay? So really you want to start looking at stopping 5 minutes before, more at, 3:55 p.m. Eastern time. Does that make sense? So the coil chop was your good clue, but also, and look at this. This actually happened pretty well. It took about 43 seconds, but it wasn't a long time. It was down, up, down. That's because earnings are coming out. It's moving things around. And that really should be wrapping up your day. So there was another non-enhanced trade right here again. We're already past you're in the earnings section. You shouldn't be going in. And that trade, if you would have went in it, would have lost, violating the 5 minute before and after news rule. So don't violate it. And then there was another one here, and this was in that weird little opening session where it opens for 15 minutes, where there's zero volume, so it's a horrible idea to trade. And that trade's in process, and we don't recommend you hold trades overnight or trade during that post 4:15 to 4:30 to 4:45 or whatever it is. Don't trade that extra little period that's in there, so because the volume's so low. But as you saw, we had 1 or 2 losers out of the day, a couple losers in the day, and we had I want to say 18 to 20 winners in the day. And that's it. So, just another great day on a crappy day. So this is a crappy day as far as the market just barely moved. It was slow. You had to be patient, but there was over 20 trades just in the daily trading session. And anybody should be able to hit their positive 3 if they followed the rules. So if y'all have any questions about that, I want y'all to hop on over to apexinvesting.com. If you want to check this out for free, hop on over to apexinvesting.com/bootcamp, and you can sign up, get in our room, ask questions, and you can watch all the videos, get access to all the tools and all the charts and everything for free for an entire month. And we're here for you inside the room. This is a review I'm doing inside the Elite Room right now. And we have small groups in Skype. We have the big room review. So anything that you want to do, and one of the traders, like I talked about at the beginning, was like, man, this is crap. And I was like, what was crap? What happened today? And one of the things I like to do is, if you're having a bad day, let's look at it and see if it was it you or was it the rules? Did the system fail or did you fail the system? Because if you failed the system, the cool thing about that is that's a lot easier to fix. It's hard to fix because fixing ourselves is not an easy thing to do, but at least you don't have to change your rules, right? So, but again, another amazing day. It's been an amazing week, and I look forward to seeing y'all on the webinars we have and inside the room in the mentor rooms.